What if I told you that nothing else matters if there is hope? A hope so strong that it's boundless. This is how it started for me. I am Vijay Lakshmi Subbaraman, Arjuna awardee and India's first woman grandmaster. And today, I stand here to tell you just three things: the opening, the middle game, and the end game. So let's begin. Well, going back to my first chess set, it wasn't anything special. Just a simple plastic board which would fly off even on a sunny day. But it became the foundation of a lifelong journey for me. As a child, I had started atop a chair just to see past my own pieces in the chessboard. That's where my first moves in life and in chess began. My father, also my guru, was the force that shaped my path in chess as well as in my life. The priority was chess, and whatever was required was done. Be it the simple boycott or the arduous physical workouts, everything was done as per Dad's vision, which is to make me a world champion one day. As big as the aims were, so were his thoughts. So he ensured that I believed that chess is a game, and on any given day, anyone can win. This is very important. Anyone can win on any given day. The kind of confidence that he assured me with paved the way for my future. It was a journey in which I grew as a player and he as a coach, pushing me to break every barrier and play without fear. And looking back, those early lessons have shaped how I approach everything in life today. Like in chess, life's first steps can be humble, but they set the tone for everything that follows. Well, why should you learn chess? As I tell to my son, chess and life are the same. There's absolutely no differences. You face challenges, make decisions, and adapt as things unfold. The only difference is, in chess, everything is laid out in front of you: the board, the chess pieces, and the possible moves. But in life, the stakes can be much higher. So it's all about making the best possible moves based on what you know. To succeed in life, the mind must be clear, free of distractions. And chess gives you the apt key to this puzzle. It imparts valuable lessons on discipline. When you are focused, each move feels more impactful. That is very, very important, and it's a major requirement. And that stands true for the game of life as well. The mind has to be clear of clutter. It so happened that in the initial stages of my career, there used to be these weekend chess events. Initially, when I started to play in these events, I wasn't performing so well. And the reason was I wanted to win every game. I was not concentrating on how I was playing. So after a couple of weeks of this weekend event, my dad was seeing the games, and then he made me sit and realize that it is not important for me to win, but it is much more important for me to focus on the game rather than winning the game. The term board discipline that he often used was etched in my memory. Board discipline. What a word. Amazing. God bless his soul. So in the coming weekend event, of course, I was thinking completely different. And I very vividly remember that time. I was going and playing an each and every game, I was going and playing with a very fresh perspective of playing a good game, not trying to win at all. And when I was playing the game, I was absolutely sure that I gave my best. I was not trying to win the game, I was trying to play my best. And believe it or not, in the next 2 weeks, I was able to win the event. And I went on to win the further 2 weeks as well. So that was a very important lesson for me. That is, form is temporary, but class is permanent. To build ourselves with the class, and we should not be worried about the form. My growth from a club player to the international level came with my undertaking of various roles like the pieces on the board. At each stage in my career and life, I saw myself as different pieces. Sometimes I was a pawn, small, making my first moves, learning how to navigate the board. Sometimes, in the process, when we start to evolve, we start to embrace our complete potential as a queen. But the truth is, every single piece matters. So, in life, every stage is important. Every move is essential, regardless of how small or big it may be. Even a pawn metamorphosizes into whatever it needs to be once it reaches the end of its journey across the battlefield. I would like to share a small incident that happened to me. I was playing the Wipro Grandmasters closed event. It was a category 10 event and one of the strongest events at that point of time. I was seeded last but one because my rating was low. And I was playing against all these stalwart grandmasters. At the end of the 9th round, when I won the Women Grandmaster title, the first thought that came to me was, yes, it's done. Because the title had been eluding me for quite some time. So I became the first woman grandmaster of the country after that round. I know the kind of efforts me and my family had put in for achieving this title. But after the game got over, I went back to my hotel room. I called up my parents to share the happiest news of my life. After the initial round filled with tears and emotions and everything that we can see, the first thing that my dad said was, there are still some more rounds left for you to play, so Vijay, concentrate on your next few games. And believe it or not, I was back on autopilot and we were back on track and I had a fantastic finish in the tournament. The most complicated phase of any game of chess is the middle game, undoubtedly. The window of opportunities narrows down and every decision has a butterfly effect. The goal is to outmaneuver your opponent, contemplating not just about your next move, but the potential moves from both sides thereafter. It's about staying just one step ahead at all times, which incidentally is also crucial in life. Every decision we make can have lasting consequences, and our mindset is pivotal in finding that one crucial step ahead. Believe me, it's just that one crucial step. So please be aware of that one crucial step. Every decision we make can have lasting consequences, and our mindset is pivotal in finding that one crucial step ahead. The stark realization that life just got real should hit you all about now, since you're all at that age. I see a lot of young kids, so soon enough, it'll start hitting you as well. But that feeling is something only you can convince yourself about. There is one thing that I have realized as a chess player, it is that actuality that I just need to think only one move more than my opponent. If I'm able to foresee one move more than my opponent, then I just win. I don't need to see 10 moves more than my opponent. I just need to see one move more than my opponent. So that is the importance of seeing one move more than opponent. You have to be in a position to know what's going to happen next. This is the true essence of making decisions. You think objectively without being swayed by emotions. When you make decisions in life, especially the important ones, you need to understand the consequences. Stay calm, stay focused. Above all, trust your preparations. Work so hard, so really hard, that nothing else matters. So what happens is when you work so hard, whatever may be the outcome, you know you have tried your best, and that's what matters. I would like to recite one of my most favorite Bhagavad Gita verses, which I believe has helped me a lot in my life. Karmanyeva adhikaraha tema phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetur bhurma te sango astva karmani. I'm sorry about my Sanskrit, but the meaning of it, which says, do your duty without expecting any kind of results. If you can achieve that, then there is nothing beyond left for us to do, because we are always working to strive to be the best. In chess, queen is the most versatile and powerful piece. She controls the board. I've always found that fascinating. In this game, my opponent is a grandmaster, Cotronius. I won against him. It was a very long game where I was initially having a minus position, but then I went on to win the game. And I won the silver medal in the Men Commonwealth Championship. Yes. Once again, it's the same in life as well. In the end, it's all about embracing your power and harnessing your true potential regardless of expectations. Society has a way of undermining your achievements by making excuses and discrediting your abilities. So make sure that you're always the best version of yourself. Never give it excuses. You should always retain to be the best version of yourself. It wasn't just about winning. In those moments, it was very, very exhausting at times, but it also made me stronger. So I relied on my training at these times and my belief in myself. Then, of course, I realized the most important thing, which is I can't control others' perceptions. Neither can any of us here, but we can control how we respond to that. My focus ends at 64 squares. When I play chess, I don't need to play the opponent. All I have to do is play the game. As you move towards the end game stages of a chess match, things get even more intense. Every move counts. But here's the thing about the end game. You can always fix your opening, even though you've made some mistakes. You can adjust your middle game if your opponent also makes some mistakes. But the end game, once you're nearing the end game or at a critical point in life, the choices you make will stick. You can't go back and undo the damage. So be careful in these moments. Make sure that you don't make mistakes that you will regret down the road. It's not about the result. It's never been either. It's about how you played the game. The strategies, the moves, the choices along the way, that's what shapes who you really are. In life and chess, the journey is what matters. You might win or lose, but what really matters is how you get there. So one of the most striking similarities between the game of chess and the even bigger game of life is that both never stop. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But the most important thing is to keep playing. Because every game, every challenge has the limitless potential to mold you into the better version of yourself. Don't be sorry, be better. Much before my milestone of becoming a woman grandmaster, this was a very, very funny incident that happened quite some time ago when I was really small. There was a discussion between me, my father, and some other players who were all young at that point of time, who later on went on to become grandmasters of the country. So there was this discussion wherein it was discussed as to how difficult it is to win against foreign grandmasters. That it was like it is not even possible for us Indians to think at that point to win a foreign grandmaster. But my dad, who was sitting there, without a thought, second thought, he just said, tell me the time and place and she will win, Vijay will come there and will win every single one of them in there. All the people sitting there, who were all national champions at that point of time, were all shocked. Some even felt that probably he's on the borderline of being arrogant. I was just silent because I know my father's thought process. So after a few minutes, when we were alone, I asked my dad how he was so sure that I could win. For which he smilingly said, Vijay, this is a game where anyone can win against anyone. It is just how aligned you are on a single day. Again, since I was very young, I was not completely sure about this answer. So I quizzed him further, for which he said, okay, firstly, never be intimidated by your opponent. When you go for a game, you're not to be worried about who is on the other end of the board. Your vision ends with the 64 squares and not 1 inch above that. Secondly, manage your time efficiently, because if you cannot, you will lose out on your dedicated efforts. Thirdly, believe in yourself. It's a game, and on a given day, anybody can win against anyone. I had heard these before, about anybody can win against anyone, but that day it felt kind of different. Still a bit, not too sure about what I was listening. I asked, Daddy, what if I lose? I could lose, so what if I lose, even after going through all this thing, if I lose? The answer that he gave at that moment rings in my ears even today. It is so relevant even today. I've moved past so many hurdles on and off the board with this one sentence. Never worry, for there's always another game waiting to be played. So that sentence kind of stuck in me, that yes, if I lose today, absolutely no worries, because I have another game to be played. The hope that there is always another game waiting to be played, even after our losses, keeps us going. And so, this is my life, and I'm playing a new game every day. Thank you all very much for being a wonderful audience. Namaste.